sounds good.
Yeah.
Said I was just wish like I would have found you guys sooner. You know what I mean? Like especially like through my development stage of freshman all the way to senior year. I just wish I would have been on that side of town maybe and then got to connect with you guys. I definitely felt like it would have helped me a lot.
All right, guys. Welcome back to the Watchlist, powered by Tan TV. And I'm your host Kevin Howell. And tonight we're gonna keep our eyes in the gym, elevate voices that matter. And I'm your host Kevin Howell, director of scouting for the Noble. And today's guest is someone I watched closely all year, and Mayson Thomas, 6'6", physical, relentless. Whether it's on the glass or at the arc, always putting pressure on defenders in that downhill drive. Kid checks all the boxes. I love when he drives baseline because he's coming to dunk on somebody. Mayson Thomas, the most complete wing in the city, possibly the state. Thanks for joining us, Mayson.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.
All right, let's jump right in. Your physicality stands out, especially when you're rebounding in traffic. Where does that mentality come from?
Um, I say it's really just like a mindset that like I think that the little things matter. So obviously rebounding, not too many people focus on it, and it's everybody worried about scoring and all that. But I feel like I don't know. I just really try to pay attention to the details and rebounding. Obviously, I'm a good rebounder, and that like for example in school. Um, that really helped us win games. My team, we're not the most athletic, we're not the tallest, we're not the strongest, but me attacking the glass is giving us extra opportunities on offense and limiting the offense's possessions.
Man, I'll second that. You
Right.
got a great body, right around 6'6". Uh, I'll say you're thicker than most. And you use that body well. Like you get people out of position. You're not afraid to attack the glass. You're
hmm
not afraid to attack the rim, and that makes your 3-point shot even more dangerous. And you're someone who can stretch the floor. How did you develop that part of your game as a big wing?
I feel like it's just reps. I feel like I've always been a pretty good, decent shooter, but my confidence is now getting better in my shot. And because
Mhm.
I put in the work, I put in the reps, I work out at school, after school, so it's really just the reps. I mean, I work a lot on my shot, so yep.
You know, I I've always seen you work. And the one thing that I do like, especially with 3D Empire, I feel like your confidence right now is sky high. I know I spoken with your mom, and I know that at one point you were 13 from 16 from
hmm
the 3-point line. That's just insane, man. And
Yeah.
so I just encourage you to keep working. Is there someone that you look at for your game, like someone that you try to model after, or are you just a combination of a lot of different things?
I wouldn't say there's anyone I model necessarily. I mean, I feel like I just like a combination of multiple. 'Cause I feel like I'm kind of like a Swiss Army knife. I feel like I can really do like pretty much everything. So
Mhm.
yeah, it's pretty much a combination. There's no one I really model my game after.
Yeah. Have you been afforded the opportunity? I know playing on the outside the wing. Have you had the opportunity to go post up someone that's uh, that's smaller than you to take advantage of that mismatch?
I actually have, yeah. We was just in California this past weekend, and a couple of times I actually had some smaller defenders guarding me, and I made sure to take advantage of it every time because it's easy buckets.
Yeah, yeah, and you do a great job of getting around the basket. You talked about rebounding, putting scoring extra possessions as you called it. That's always been a strong point. A lot of kids your size will settle for jumpers, but
hmm
you don't. You attack, and in that attacking mindset, I make jokes with you all the time about you dunking on people.
Yeah.
But where did that attacking mindset was that coached into you, or is it something that you always had?
I feel like it's like a mix of both. I mean, I've always been taught and learned to not settle, like especially if I have a smaller defender on me that don't settle for a jump shot, punish them in the paint. And then me attacking early and setting up my drive will also set up my jump shot later in the game because then they're going to start playing me for the drive. So then it just leaves open my jump shot.
All right, man. And then you're on the watch list for a reason, and I'm afforded the opportunity because we live so close to watch more games than you're probably the guy that I watch the most games,
Hmm.
and I enjoy that a lot. Um, I enjoy the different facets of your game. Like you said in high school, you don't have as much height, much size, so you play a different role. Um, how do you feel like that has helped to I don't know to mold you into being a multifaceted scorer?
Right. I'd say I feel like you said, my roles are different. So like in high school, I more have to play more of like an inside big type thing. Not necessarily big, because I'm still like on the wing a lot for high school, but it's taught me
Yeah.
to I don't know if like the competition's obviously different and the size we go against is obviously different. So I'm able to drive, get to the basket, finish. But then like in AAU, my role is different obviously because I'm playing against more athletic, bigger kids. So then I have to turn into a shooter, a floor spacer, and a more of like a wing ball handler. So it kind of just mixing them both basically makes me have to work on both and makes me better at both.
What's it like playing with the guard, the caliber of a Trey Nunn?
It's impressive because like we were just playing this weekend. And I think he averaged. I think it was 22 for the weekend. He
Yeah, I
he
think
he,
so.
he can really shoot because I've known him for a long time, and he's always been a good kid, right? But
Hmm.
he used to not be a shooter like he is now. He used to be like me, in the paint, get down inside, but he's turned into a really good shooter, and he's also a really good leader too. Like anytime anybody's, I don't know, needs help, needs assistance or something, he's always there, and he's also a really good passer too. So it's good playing with him.
Yeah, and I mean you've had experience playing with tough guards,
Hmm.
with your time with your former team. What's it like playing with the 7 footer? Has that made your game any different?
Yeah, Bo, he's pretty special. He plays hard. He rebounds. He's a pretty good passer actually. And then obviously it makes more opportunities for me because he how big and how dominant he is. It leaves me open because he'll get the ball, everybody collapses on him, or give him the ball. It's an easy assist, because it's really hard to stop him. So it opens doors for all of us, pretty much.
That's a great answer. I mean, no one knows that I just audibled on that one. So, way to come back and support me on that.
Hmm.
You know, uh, Before we wrap it up, man, what's next for you? Like, what are you trying to demonstrate this summer and going into the fall season? What's something that you want to work on going into your senior season?
Um, I'd say something I want to work on is my ball handling. I get criticism for my ball handling. I think that's something I can work on, and also I want to show everybody that I think I'm a good ball handler and I could be a guard when needed, be a wing, any 1 through 5. That's what I really want to show, and just show people that I'm ready to work and I can do everything. Anything you need, I work hard, I'm dedicated, and yeah.
Man, this platform, the watch list, exists with Tan TV, and I believe in telling the stories that matter, the stories of people putting in work and doing that. I appreciate what you've done. I
Yes, sir.
appreciate the fact you stay in the gym, and letting people know there's some noise up here in North San Antonio as well.
Yes, sir.
But that's it for the episode presented here on the One Eye Scout, where the real ones are seen. We got eyes in the gym, but I want to give you one opportunity to send a shout out to someone. We do at the end of every show. It could be a coach, trainer, parent, whatever, man.
Uh,
I'll put you on the
um,
spot.
Anybody?
Anybody, man.
I'll just shout out my parents. They do a lot for me. I wouldn't be here without them. They take me to trainings, get me to workouts, take me out of town, pay for anything I need. I wouldn't be able to do this without them, and I want to be successful in basketball, get an education, and be able to repay them back for everything they've done for me.
Man, Mason, I salute you. You have a great weekend and stay locked in, my man.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir. And we'll catch up again soon.
All right.
Said I just wish like I would have done you guys sooner. You know what I mean? Like especially like through my development stage, and, you know, freshman all the way to senior year. I just wish I would have been on that side of town maybe, and then got to connect with you guys. Like, definitely felt like it would have helped me a lot.